Conversations with the God for Teens Last Party. Other mysteries. Now, here are a few questions that did not seem to fit into any one category. I wanted to include them in the book because, well, first of all, because you asked them, and secondly, because I thought they were interesting and deserved an individual response. Yet, since these are not all about a particular subject, the topics hop all over the place. Have fun with this and enjoy the various questions and responses. So here we have a first question from a teenager, 18-year-old boy called Nick. To me, life's pointless. I mean, it's completely pointless. Any comment? So the Anunnaki here answered, yes, you are right. Life is pointless. That's the point of it. Then the author answered, okay, you've got my interest. Then the entity again replied, there is no point to life except the point you give it. If life had some point to it, who would be the one to have said what that point is? And if you say, God, why would I do that and then keep everything secret? Do you really think that there is some point to life that I have assigned it, and that I then make you hunt around for it for the rest of your life? Is that your imagining? Well, if you guys haven't make everything secret here, so why is everything on the secret? Only now you come to discover bit by bit about your natures, about who you were, etc. Why all the secrets back then? Why only now in this century that you came for disclosure? For why? So yeah, you have kept things secrets, alright, about your nature, about our nature, about the healing, the cure for many diseases here. I mean, it was always inside of us, but it was not the right time for us to know. So you would say, you haven't made us hunt around for it, you spelled it out for us. Where? In the Holy Scripture? Which Holy Scripture? You know perfectly well which Holy Scripture. No, I don't. I don't know which one you are referring to. Is it the Bible? Is it the Al-Quran? Is it the Talmud, the Tanakh? Is it the Upanishads or the Book of Mormon? Is it the Pali Canon or the Bhagavad Gita or the Tao Te Ching? Could it be the Rig Veda or the Brahmanas or the Buddha Dharma? Okay, I get the point. Do you really? Because you know, there are hundreds of known religions on the planet, and each has its teachings and its scriptures. Which one should we choose to be the one and only Word of God? Anyways, I guess that because of this book has many, I would say, author, many beings or entities once behind each one of these books in particular. So one book didn't came from a single entity, but from different ones. But although they belong to the same group, or do they? I don't know. I want to believe that they do. They are the Anunnakis, nevertheless. But different part of this group, this confederation or family, whatever. The one I choose. So which one you believe is from the Word of God? The one I choose. Yes, of course. And what's the point of life according to the scripture that you choose? Well, like I said, to me life has no point. So I guess maybe you didn't tell lies after all. Why not tell lies right here and save us all the frustration? I'm telling you right here. I'm telling you that you are right. Life is pointless. If it had some point to it, given by me, you would have no choice but to use your life to make that point. Yet I created you to create, not to obey. God obeys no one, and I made you in the image and likeness of me. So this is Lucifer. So life was made pointless on purpose in order for you to be free to give it whatever point you choose to give it. You do this as an individual and as a society every day. That's true. At least that's how it was agendaed, how it was created, programmed by this being. We do, we are doing this every day. Yes, you are declaring what the point of life is by your behavior. Your behavior is something that you can control, and the behavior of the other humans is something that you can influence. Correct. I agree. Is there a cure for cancer, Barbie? Yes, Barbie, and for AIDS, and for multiple sclerosis, muscular dystrophy, Alzheimer's disease, and every other illness you can imagine. Yeah, even for lupus, for immune disease, MES, OIM, yeah, I hope so. Yeah, there should be. Why not? You can heal yourself of these things in three ways. First, by preventing them from occurring, which is very difficult given that not everybody has the choice to choose every food they have, because many people has limited resources. This can be done in any number of ways, from changing your life habits to change your genetic coding at birth. Now the question, how in the world would we change our genetic coding at birth unless a doctor, scientist does it? We who are inside the womb can't possibly do it unless it's through our mother, through somebody else, through the scientist or doctor, medical doctor. But we cannot do it. We ourselves, who is inside there being conceived, it's impossible. So second, by repairing any organs and tissues damaged by diseases that were not prevented. So secondly, by repairing any organs and tissues damaged by diseases that were not prevented. This can be done by using the human's body's own cells to regenerate and actually rebuild the damaged body parts, or is it called stem cell treatment? Yeah, that is, but it costs money, so it costs a lot of money. Not everybody can afford it, so this is something that is out of the question. But can we at least try to alleviate it? Yeah, we can with our minds. We do. With herbs and with our minds. Third, by the simple power of faith. Faith is not just based on religious belief, rather is from your own faith in your own inner power, because we all have. That is by asking for a healing and the knowing of a certainty that you are going to get it. Correct? That's true. In the years ahead, your species will come to understand all of this. In fact, one day it will all seem very simple, because this book is a bit old. I think maybe 20 years, 15 years ago. This one in particular, so I guess that Back then, it was not time yet for this entity to disclose those secrets, because they let go things and information bit by bit. Is they feed the chicken stomach bit by bit, grain by grain. You fill up the bud. Is there, if there is a cure for these things or a way to heal them, why not tell us about it right now? Why make us wait for years and years? What kind of a God would do that? What kind of a person will ask this? Gonna Virgo men, they are so irritating. Not me for sure, and I'm not doing that. Everything you need to know to cure disease and heal the body is encoded in the body itself. I have given you the textbook. You are the textbook. Study how the book works, the body works. Look closely at its mechanism. Examine the miracle cells that can turn themselves in any part of the body, from bones to heart to brain tissue. So you can we can program our own cells to do the work of healing, to heal and regenerate the organs. It can do it, go into remission, but it can come back again if you don't take precaution. Okay, I know that it can happen, but you must be on guard, because it can return, can record again. But it can help us a lot. But nowadays people, those who have money at least, they go for stem cell treatment. So you can change, you can program your bones to heart, muscle and brain tissue. Look closely, as you are now doing at the genetic code of humans and at all of life. You are even now unlocking life's secrets. But certain people doesn't want you to know that, because they want to earn money, so they don't want you to know the secret. Said they want to be the one in control your body and decide what kind of treatment you need. Do you understand? They are trying tomorrow. They are calling me to do something. First they wanted to remove my kidneys. No way I will do it. I'm not an idiot, because I can feel through people. I can see. I can study their face, their expression. I can look at their eyes, and I see what they are thinking most of the time and what they are saying. Most of the time I keep it quiet. I say a few words. I just say no, and I cannot. Then I will explain why I cannot. And after that, when they keep on blah 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 blah, try to convince me, I'll just shut up and then later go away. But I will not do what they want. So they are trying to convince me to basically harm my body, because I'm okay. I mean, if I do something, it's gonna make more damage. It causes more damage than help. Okay, because I know about how the body works. And if you mess it, if your gallbladder, you mess with your kidney, you mess with your heart, your liver, it can cause a lot of damage inside by puncturing here, puncturing there, remove this, remove that, touch some veins, there means some other network over there. It can cause a lot of problem, even the anesthesia per se. Okay, when I was younger, I ever went into coma because of anesthesia. And then he said no, it couldn't be the anesthesia. Say, once the anesthesia. Say no, it could be the infection. Nonsense. You know why? Because I told him we live with bacteria. We can live in symbiosis with them. If you know how to program our cell, our leukocytes and our white blood cells to fight them. But in my case, I have immune diseases, which make it difficult, But I still can manage because I use the power of my mind to manage it, and other things from nature to manage this disease, because it can attack particularly any part of your body, to tissue, to bone, to cells, etc. One cell, your cells attack its own other parts of the body. So he said, none could be the infection, no, none cannot be the infection once the anesthesia, because you can live with bacteria. We can live in symbiosis. It's difficult, but you can live. Understand? You see that people there, the people they call shamanic, who live on the woods, the shamanic people and our ancestors all lived like this with bacteria, and we live in symbiosis with them. They died, yeah, when came time they died, but they didn't die one day from one night to day. But if you mess with your body inside your organs, you can die quickly. That's why I know better, I understand how this process works, how my body works. I understand. Since young I know. Since young I have this gift to know this kind of thing, to understand and not mess with it. So I'm not, they're gonna waste their time, they're not gonna force me to do procedure that I don't need to do just to earn money and to screw me up and kill me. No, I'm not gonna do this. I don't care. Anybody want to do, go ahead. You want to trust, go ahead, but I don't trust. Do things, unnecessary things, for what? If there's a cure for these things or a way to heal them, why not tell us about? So, but why have we had to wait so long? Why didn't you show us these things sooner? Life reveals itself to life completely in every moment. It's not a matter of how much is revealed, but how much is believed. But so you could have programmed those people to believe a long time ago. It doesn't matter who or not believe, because at least I believe, and I have these feelings that if you tell the truth, many people will follow. Many will follow, and those who want will be those who, still I stick to their own paradigms, their own old conventions and bigotries. Okay, those people who lives in fanaticism, but well, they don't speak for others, and there's many people here on earth, and men I believe will follow what is being said here and what I knew long ago. Okay, so you don't care about the minority, care about the majority, or maybe half and a half. 50% won't follow, and 50% will discard those informations. Or maybe those who want to follow will be even higher, maybe 65%, but at least we have 35%. You have 35%, right? Yeah, we have 35% yet, which going to follow, which will follow. So you don't have to just disclose, tell, bring the cat out of the bag. It's already time. So, for example, it was observable from the beginning that the earth revolved around the sun. Your species did not want to believe it. Oh my gosh. 25% of North Americans don't know Earth revolves around the sun. This was a religion's belief does to people's mind. My goodness, even if it doesn't make any logic. So, it was observable from the beginning that the earth revolved around the sun. Your species simply did not want to believe it. Some people actually did observe that the earth revolves around the sun, but when they said so in public, it created a huge theological debate, mainly because it violated the spiritual teaching at the time, which insisted that human beings were God's highest creatures, and that therefore the sun must revolve around the earth. Many other scientific and medical discoveries have likewise been dismissed, if not condemned, on your planet, because they violated what humans imagined that they already knew on the subject, or because it shook the foundation of their already in place religious beliefs. Yeah, they would say, oh, because it's not on the Al Quran, I won't follow, because in the isn't on the Bible, Talmud, or Bhagavad Gita, or many others, the Upanishad, the shouting, something like this, so I won't follow. I must follow what was given to me. So you see, we have here one a question of belief and choices. They would rather have held on to their beliefs, even if mistaken, than adopt a new point of view on things that challenged those beliefs. Like you said earlier, some people give up everything to be right, even progress. Exactly, and the human race is in much the same position today. For that reason, this very book will be put down by some. The idea that God would communicate directly with you, to say nothing of what is being communicated here, violates nearly every religious belief that most of your societies hold. Yet, I'll tell you something. Everything that has been written here will one day become commonly accepted, unless it is not. You are creating your reality, and you will decide how you choose your word to be. Your word. Do you choose a word in which God talks to you plainly and simply, answering your questions directly, and giving you tools with which to change your life? Do you choose a word in which disease can be eradicated tomorrow? Or do you choose a word in which disease can be eradicated forever and illness can be a thing of the past? Do you choose a planet that is environmentally safe, with resources that have not been depleted? Do you imagine that these ideas can be in your reality? If you do, they can. If you do not, they cannot. It is as simple as that. How can I use my hurries and disappointments to make me the best I can possibly be? Can I use them as stepping stones to a better place, rather than as obstacles that hold me back or restrict me from being the person I can be and doing the things I want to accomplish? Lana 16. You can indeed. And what a wonderful question to ask. First, you must change the way you look at things. You must understand that I have sent you nothing but angels, and that I have brought you nothing but miracles. Then you must remember that failure is an illusion, and truth is not possible to fail at anything. Remember that always you cannot fail. When you feel hurt or experience disappointment, allow yourself to see this as a gift and open it up to find the treasure within. Let nothing become an obstacle. Nothing. Know that you may have or experience anything that you wish. I think this sometimes is so hard for me to grasp all these concepts. If you but believe, know most of all that all things are happening for your highest good always. They are tired of telling me this, but I have a hard time believing that. Even when it looks like you are not receiving what you choose, you are. So let's um, repeat. Let nothing become an obstacle. Nothing. Know that you may have you experience anything that you wish. If you but believe, know most of all that all things are happening for your highest good always, even when it looks like you are not receiving what you choose. You are. Remember that at some level of consciousness you have brought every encounter and experience to you for reasons that are perfectly in alignment with the agenda of your soul. Yeah, but we have this confusion, a soul fighting with the mind and the body, because the mind and the body want something different, but the souls want to bring you to hell. Okay, the soul wants to bring you to hell and bring you inside the gut, the septic gut of distress, emotional hell, and a physical hell as well. In this sense, everything is something you have wished for. No, 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 no. Nobody wishes to have that accident tomorrow on the road. Nobody wishes that terrible disease. Nobody wishes that a loved one dead or a pet dead. Nobody. So it's rubbish you are talking here. These are things for children to believe with a lollipop on the mouth. And you are always getting what you want. That's rubbish, man. They are talking rubbish. When you know and understand this, you have reached the mastery in living. That's nonsense. What mastery at what price? I mean, mastery for me is be happy, is be at peace, is be happy, is be contented. And not contented because we are living on the gut, because we are living on the road there, taking drugs, be a junkies, being hungry, walking dirty on the road, nothing to sleep on, no place to shower, nothing to eat or drink. This is not mastery. I mean, yes, they will enrich their soul, but at what price? At the price of their own mental misery. We don't need that, because before long ago we were already enlightened beings and having everything that we needed to be contented, happy, and at peace without all the hurdles, all the obstacles, all the setbacks that today many people has. Okay, so I don't buy this. I'm sorry, there's some discrepancy here. This is just like my mother used it to say, this is a story to make it bulls sleep. Call each moment a blessing, even moments of hurt and disappointment, and using this power to see things the way you choose to see things. Choose. Choose. But am I really choosing to perceive something as it is? I mean, if you have a pain, you have a pain. You have a disease, you have a disease. You have nothing to eat, then you have nothing to eat. You have nowhere to sleep, you have nowhere to sleep. Right? Can I use imaginings, false imaginings, hocus pocus imagining that, oh, I am living in a palace, oh, I have a banquet to eat right now, oh, I am my body so healthy and sane. Can I just imagine? I mean, just fool myself to believe that I do have all these things, just to wake up tomorrow and see myself in the same predicament without any changes. And then when you wake up, you fall from the crowds. This is Aquarian mentality. I don't want to have that. It's an airhead mentality. So you can reach mastery minus the bitchery, the resentment, the frustration, the bitterness, the misery, minus all this. You can reach mastery minus all this. I tell you, it's not necessary for you to suffer for you to reach there. It's not through pushes and shoves that you reach the top, the summit. So call each moment a blessing, even moments of horror and disappointment, and using this power to see things the way you choose to see things. Rob these moments of any suffering. They may be painful, but they do not have to involve any suffering, because not you. It's not you. Again, it's not you. You know, chili pepper in other people's eyes sound like water, and rosy petals water for some people, because it's not them who is suffering. You understand? The pain in another shoes, in another another feet, by using a tight shoes, all the corns that they get, all the bruises that they get on the feet, it's not my pain, because it's not me who are wearing that shoes. Do you understand? So I don't buy all this. I don't buy. Suffering is not the way of mastery. This is for the sadistic person. If you are a masochist, you like to suffer. If you are sadist, you will ask others to suffer. Do you get it? Don't be a sadist, masochist, a masosadist, or sadomasochist. Don't be it. That's not nice. Learn to welcome defeat. Learn to welcome defeat. That one is the loser. You know the losers who say, I'm going to do a business and I bring you together, see me. Come, my sheepos. Come on, sheep, follow me. Let's go to the abyss together. Don't follow this path. Don't accept defeat. Try to have the best, because you deserve the best. When you think that you don't, that you will accept defeat. If I say that I agree with all this content here, I will be a very big liar and hypocrite, and I don't. Certain words I accept, but others I don't accept. When this thing of sufferings, I have a very hard time to solve it. A very much hard time. Because I don't deserve it. Nobody, nothing else deserve. The animals doesn't deserve to suffer that bad. Better die than to live in this way. I believe that the creator who create all those sufferings, a sadomasochist monster, if he wanted that for the species. Okay? It takes a beloved, wonderful, marvelous, beautiful, amazing God, creator, goddess, to wanting goodness for everybody, feed the poor, give to drink for those who suffers from thirst, who are dying of thirst. Be it even a snake, a spider, it doesn't matter. Just about anything that moves, okay? Don't discriminate who. Do good, don't look at who. What? Okay? So that's my mode of life. No for suffering, no to suffering, no say no to suffering. If there's supposed to be how to say, if there were to have a banner on my car or whatever, my bicycle, I would say no to suffering, say yes to joy, happiness, and freedom. Because this is my mission, to be here, to be that, and to inspire people to be that as well. Okay, say no to suffering, say no to pain, say no to misery, say no to poverty, and help people. Don't tell people to suffer, help them, elevate them to come out from the guts. Don't push them, don't take a boulder or a stone or a rock and then help to push them, or a pro, or whatever, a plow. Don't use the thing to push the person deep inside the mud. Remove them from the quicksand instead. So there's no sense. I don't buy that. Now you see the discrepancy in the hypocrites in books like that. You see people take things straight from the book. I'm not like that. I like to contest. I like to go against it. Because there's certain thing that doesn't make any sense. And then when you are teaching this for children, for kiddos like that one, you are misleading these people, these young people who don't know which way to follow. And I say no to suffering. If they think like that, they'll do drugs because they want to suffer. What is drugs? Drugs for people who think that they are suffering. If you are happy, you're not going for suffering. If you are happy, you are not going for the booze, the thing what good, the booze. You not go for booze. You not go for alcohol. You're not going to poison yourself processed food. If you are happy, if you are not suffering, it's only when you are depressed, or when you don't like yourself, or when you hate yourself and others, that you want to destroy yourself and everybody else around you. Am I right? So why must you follow this man saying, yeah, that's rubbish, him or whatever? Sometimes can be the figment of those people imagination, and they project it to something else, to an entity, when it's their own imagination, their own the creation of their own minds. So when you see the gift that life has given, the grandest sorrows, that's rubbish, but a victory of another sort. Learn to welcome defeat and merrily around you on the ladder of success. Indeed. So, do not see it as a defeat at all, but as a victory of another sort. When you see the gift that life has given you in the grandest sorrows and in the deepest tragedies, no, it only makes me angry, bitter, resentful, and frustrated. It makes me frustrated to live. It makes me really angry and frustrated. It doesn't help me. I'm in the best when I'm happy and contented, and I have the things that at least I need, not what I want but what I need, and I have my loved ones around me and well as well, and everything else around me, the birds, the dogs, the cats, the cows, the chickens. So when you see the gift that life has given, so then you are given the greatest sorrows and the deepest tragedies, then you are christened. Then this cross is what? This cross is what? You are what, man? You are a sado. You are sado. You love to see other people's sufferings. This is not good, so I rather not be christened. I rather be Satanisted than to be christened this way, see the suffering of others. We do not grow through sufferings. We wither through sufferings. We do not grow. We wither. We wither. You understand? We shrink. We don't sprout through sufferings. And then you come here teach children this. Have shame in your face. And then you turn around and say you talk bad about religion, but you speak what the religion tells people to do, to perpetuate sufferings, and to accept and perpetuate sufferings. And when I think like that, I'm going to inflict pain upon another, because I think that is normal. It's from this kind of mentality that the psychopaths are born. Okay? That's why I have to come to this material to make it right. Because what is given here is not correct. And it never served the species until now. So there's an implacability. So then you are christened, rather be Lucifered. You became as the Buddha. There I don't need to become fat Buddha. There is an implacability which cannot be disrupted. There is a peacefulness. Where is a peacefulness in suffering? I see people miserable, asking, pleading to die and end their sufferings. Okay? I don't see peacefulness in the people there on the roads taking pot, doing drugs, inject the syringe, reuse the syringe in their veins, walking like zombies, pee on the street, having sex on the street, is raping that woman in the street. Also, I'm talking about the junkies here. I don't see happiness here. I don't see peacefulness here in that. I see misery. I see tragedy of the species. And because of this concept that your religions have brought here, that perpetuated and create all that, there is a peacefulness in nonsense and in your big head that's peacefulness which is impossible to destroy. There is joy in the rest. I don't see that joy for you because the devil is there behind. Yay! They are suffering. Oh, good. I love it, man. I love it. More suffering. Come on, you are suffering. You are miserable. You are trash. You are no good. You need to suffer. And then the idiot go there and the booze, take that bottle of whiskey directly or direct alcohol and drink and consume and injure inside and take that drugs and go around murdering, go around plundering and raping because doing war because they are not happy, because they think that sufferings and pain should be the order of the day, and it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. Those are for the devils. Happiness, freedom and love is for God. Sufferings, tragedy, misery, poverty is for the devil. Let this be your motto if you want to change, if you come here to this material and want to change in this world, right? Only a sicko mentality will think this way, as it has been described here, and it's all over the world, perpetuating suffering because the devils they looch, they feed through sufferings, and that's what they want from us. The shame is a shame that their seedlings here perpetuated that by propagating all this, by promoting all this, and see suffering as normal. I don't use this word on my vocabulary, Although I go through so much in life, I don't use this on my vocabulary. I see this suffering where it belongs, to its owner, and to whoever likes to inflict it onto other sentient being. And a lot of you are spreading this. Is the only thing that we see, be it in the Americas, be it in Asia, be it in Africa. They thrive through suffering. In the Middle East, they thrive through sufferings. They just love it. You love it. You love sufferings. That's why you perpetuate it. You cultivate it. You cultivate it. Make a farm out of this. Because when there are the more sufferings, the more loot you feed off word to the satans, to the demiurge. Okay, the more you suffer, the more you tell others to suffer, and the more you inflict suffering upon another, be it an animal, be it a child, be it an elderly, be it anybody, to each other, the more you are feeding those who climb on your back and use you as their horses. Okay? Repeat. Go back and listen again to what I have said. Okay? Because I come here for purpose. And I want to make things, at least try to make things different. And I believe that there are people who thinks like me here. There's a little, not everybody, fortunately not yet, but I believe that there are more people there who could agree to what I have to say here. Is it ungodly to want to revenge on someone? So suffering, unless you are a sadist or sadomasochist, let's not use suffering as a way to obey, okay, or to obey. Is it ungodly to want to revenge on someone? Larissa, 19, Mississauga, Ontario, Canada. The human race has long believed in a vengeful God, and you are one. Or you believe in one. You know, distortion things here, because we talk about suffering here. You're wanting people to suffer, and they should have liberty and freedom and joy. And a vengeful God, and by this means justified its own vengeful spirit. Blah 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 blah. But talk so nice, but their intentions is all down there to the gut. And when I say that people should have fun, joy, and freedom, I'm not advocating anarchy. That's another thing. You know, libertinism, things that going to bring you to the moral gut. No, you can have freedom with minus the immorality. You don't have freedom through drugs and alcohol. That's what I mean, through immoral sex. You know, promiscuous sex. That's not what I'm advocating here. No, by the contrary, you can have freedom, love, and joy by going to a park with your friends, play innocently with one another, drink a coconut water, drink avian water from the mountain, drink from that stream from the mountains. Love one another, don't hurt one another. That is freedom and joy to me, and not is not anarchy. Is not go to that club, not taking that drugs, that recreational drugs, or whatever the type of drugs. It's not by having promiscuous sex with different partners each day. It's not by do as you please, holding another, hold animals, hold one another in the street. That's devilish. You are doing the wish of the enemies. Okay. So let's continue. Let me look here something. So the human race has long believed in a vengeful God, and by this means justified its own vengeful spirit. Far from seeing themselves as made in the image and likeness of God, humans think that God is made in the image and likeness of humans, and it's true. It's true. It is true. Those gods that you are talking about, they are made in our likeness, not in another way around. Okay, not another way around. And people seek revenge because they are still hurt inside. They are hurt inside. Those are the frustrated people, the bitter people, as I said earlier on, because they are not having what they want in life, or what they need. So if you add, let's say these people already have, I'm gonna give a metaphor here, analogy. It's like this. Suppose you have an open wound, okay? An open wound. Sorry to show this, but I have to make an analogy. Suppose you have an open wound. It's an analogy, okay? This is not something literal. Suppose you have an open wound, and then someone's come and then stomp on this wound, or add the acid to it, or whatever, chili pepper. Would you not hurt? Would you not hurt and wanting to go there and punch that person's face because you are you are in pain? Yeah, you would. Unless they have done it by accident, then you is in your moral right to apologize, to excuse those people. But when people try to hold you for nothing, you know, on purpose, on purpose and out of evil heartness, then I guess that being very vengeful is something that it would be given our species normal. However, would you do better if you didn't seek any form of revenge? Yeah, maybe better for you, because most of the time rotten fruit fall by itself. There is people that feeds on other people's sufferings, and they are so conditioned by it that they, when they ever they see someone suffer, they say, oh, it's your problem, it's your karma, and it's normal, it's good, after all it will be good for you in the end, even if it isn't. There's nothing good or saintly or godly in suffering. The only entities um, that will benefit from it are your fake gods, devilish ones. Okay, so human think that God's made them is you don't know, so you don't know. I do not need revenge, nor do I seek it. As I explained earlier, this is because I cannot be hurt or damaged in any way. Oh well, I don't believe in you. You are lying. Be it whoever you are lying. I don't believe you. If you believe that you can be hurt or damaged in any way, it's easier to tell people, do what I say, not what I do. That's called hypocrisy. You are already acting ungodly. That's the being who talk against religion, not talk about godly or ungodly stuff here. Whether you seek revenge or not, the very act of thinking that you need revenge is an identification of yourself as something less than God and hence ungodly. You think that teens care about this? The answer to your question is therefore yes. Do not, however, beat yourself up for having these feelings, nor for anything that you have ever felt or done. You have simply forgotten who you really are. Blah, 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 blah. As you remember your true identity, you will see that it is not necessary to feel guilt or make yourself wrong for whatever ungodly things you may have thought, said, or done. You will understand that it's all part of the process of evolution, of your own growth, of the evolution of your species, and of your own soul. You will see, therefore, that you have never failed, but you only taken steps toward your own success. I hate all this kind of talk, just to psycho people, to condition them. Why are they both I should have been moving. Why are there both white and black people? Not only black and white, there is only other in between. The Asians are not white or black. There are other either, though there's some Asian who are white, alright. The technical reasons are not important. These simply have to do with the pigmentation or color of the skin that was developed and required by the process of human evolution as it took place in various locations on the earth. These are not the real reasons at all, but merely describe the process by which the real reasons are made manifest in your reality. For example, drive your car may be the technical reason you are able to get to the grocery store. The real reason you are going, however, is to get bread, butter, eggs, and milk. If we created the car and many other inventions of the car, here is the body, okay? So, for example, drive your car, drive your body, maybe the technical reason you are able to get to the grocery store. And be here as a farm to feed these beings, because this is a food body. When some gurus say food body, doesn't mean because you have to eat and feed yourself. However, because you have to feed something else of of the superficie. I wouldn't say of the word, alright? But because they are here also, they are here-ness, so I say of superficie. There may be somewhere below there the caves network, in other place here-ness. So yeah, we are here to feed them. The real reason you are going, however, is to get bread, butter, eggs, and milk. You've created the car and many other inventions as a device or tool with which you may carry out your intentions, which are your real reasons for use these tools. No, you didn't explain everything. You go around, but you didn't explain exactly. Some says that though ethnic group doesn't matter much. What matters is your lineage. What kind of lineage you have? Some would say that some people evolved from certain extraterrestrial, other ones originate from others from Pluto, some from Lyra, some from Pleiades, some from Orion, some from Sirius, alright? So I still believe that there's some secret between the ethnic group here. I know that people have mixed up already, miscegenated, and hump everything in their way of experiences here. So they have created something in between different other races mixed. So we are diverse and at the same time we are miscegenated. Okay, we are diverse as we are miscegenated. Miscegenate means that we have all the ethnic groups within us. Okay, so we are quite of miscegenated, if you will. Miscegenated. So he's not giving the correct answer here. Life is the physical body, and the evolution of that life is the device that souls have used to carry out their intentions. People are black and white and other shades as well. For the same reason, they are male and female, short and tall, gray and straight, gay and straight, homo or hetero, left-handed and right-handed. You have used the tool of genetics to create differences between you, because in the absence of that which you are not, that which you are is not. The absence of, why don't you explain this to people, break into details between rather than go around in circles? In the absence of that which you are not. So it may as well mean that you are not this body or this mind, and then what you become here as an ego, as a representation of personality, as an avatar or a character, is not. It's just a projection. It's just a, actor and actresses in the big stage of nonsense of circus. Because here is it's just like a Jerry Springer show, some other kind of circus where people act like clowns for something else to clap hands somewhere and laugh at your expenses. Help me to understand that again. I don't think I understand that. In order to experience yourself in a certain way, you need to create another way to be experienced. That means you want it who you are. In fact, you want. But you have to bend it down your vibration, bring it down to become something you are not, so as to be something else you are not. So you kind of deviate your true personality to become something you are not, in order to create whatever this circus, this nonsense here is all about. So then and only can you know yourself as particular in the visualization of the whole, a single and a specific presentation of all there is. Without cold there cannot be warm, without up there cannot be down. Oh yeah, remember that now. You are human is no flag. You fall from God's heaven as an awesomely individual, not to a like expression of the wonder of life. When you arrive on earth, you see, you fall from like, our ancestral come somewhere else. We are maybe our migrants here, or by some sprout from here. Something have sprout from here. But some others are from elsewhere of world. And in this duty here, this alien here, I want to say that God, the heavens, is an awesomely individual, not to a like expression of the wonder of life. When you arrive on earth, you merge with others who, like you, are each breathtakingly unique, yet who together form a beautiful picture of a larger kind. Eventually, you change form, melting into one body, flowing easily and effortlessly in a stream of oneness. Finally, you seem to disappear. Although you are there, you simply cannot be seen. Finally, you seem to disappear. I mean, when we die, become a spirit. Though you are there, you simply cannot be seen. As you rise back to the heaven, yeah, correct. I'm correct. My guess is correct. As you rise back to the heavens hence you came, to begin the cycle of reincarnation nonsense all over again. The journey of the snowflakes, a perfect metaphor for the journey of the soul. You still didn't explain. You don't want to explain the people here because you have so much to hide yet. I know that you are lying. What if mating for life is not the way things are supposed to be, but just the way we have decided they are supposed to be? Is it okay to live with somebody without having to make a lifelong commitment to him? Susan, 19, St. Louis, Missouri. There is no rule in the heavens that says you must remain with a person for the rest of your life in order to be with them now. Correct. I agree with that. I think that people who believe in this kind of romance thing and forever until death do us apart, it's all fantasia to me. There are those who makes, but it is very rare. But what if I want to live with him as as man and wife? You mean you want to have sex with him? You want to sleep with him? Wow, my gosh. What a... say that to a 19-year-old. But what if I want to live... you mean you want to... Not just that, but yes, that. I love him and I want to do everything with him. Live with him. Eat with him, sleep with him, share day-to-day life with him. I'm just not sure I'm ready to get married, but my parents think I should. They do more than think I should. They say I should, point blank. In fact, they say that if I don't, I will be living in sin. Oh my goodness. And though I didn't want mine to get married and they got married, but if they have to ask me, I would say no. But since I didn't want them to, they go ahead and marry. If I wanted them to get married, they wouldn't. But anyways, their life, I don't want to interfere. So now you are married. Sometime my son called me to stay there in his home. He got 3 children. I don't want to bother because it's him who won, not quite his wife. I know that how the wife will feel right? I don't want to bother her, although I'm not. I was not a bad daughter-in-law who just sit at home and did nothing to help my mother-in-law. I did help my mother-in-law a lot, but when come time for my daughter-in-law to do that, she didn't do. Instead, she was so rude towards me, so very rude. And now my son wanted me to be there. I don't want. Not because of her. I did sleep last time, but I don't want anymore. Because the children always get together see me. You see, they want to sleep see me. All of them come in a harder to sleep see me. That's okay, but then because I don't want to get attached so much. Because when I already have tried this, get attached, loving grandchild or children, and then in the end what they left me, just left like this. So I don't want to get closeness anymore. I just want to detach myself. I don't want so much closeness because I don't want to suffer in the end. I don't want the pain at the time of separation, so I avoid it altogether. But I think that why should people get married for? This all fantasia. We are not really cut out to be one person forever. So I think I should. They say, and just who will you be sinning against? You, I guess, is a sin against God. Really? You think that I will be offended if you are loving someone? Well, not just loving them, living with them. Yes, I understand. I mean, moving in if him raises the level of intimacy, don't you think? You have not been intimate with this person? Huh? Why must you ask this so private question like it's a voyeur? Something like that. Well, yes, it's happened a few times, but that's not the same as actually living with him. Are you say that it's okay to share an intimate relationship so long as you each have your own place, but that if you share the same place, then it's not okay? So are you say that it's okay to share an intimate relationship so long as you each have your own place, but that if you share the same place, that's not okay? No, but it just makes it more obvious, I guess. Everything becomes so open and undeniable. It sounds to me as though it may be appearances then that you are worried about, not sin. Most people do what they really want to do, and when they think that others might object, they simply do it in secret. Perhaps you are more worried about offending humans than about offending God. It's not the her who is offended, it's her parents, not her. Her parents, my goodness. Even now, I could figure it out, but this being didn't figure out this man or this being. And I'm here, I have some problem with my ears. Oh. Well, there's such a thing as a small sin, a little silly pop, a moment of giving in to passion, and then there's the bigger sin of doing something over and over again, knowing that it's wrong and just, well, defying God. I see. So, a sin committed one or two times, or in your case, 15 or 20, is forgivable. But a sin committed every day of the month all year long is not. Well, I guess that it is her business. Why you want to poke your nose for? If she want to stay with the guy sometime and not many times, so what? If she want to marry, okay. Don't want to marry, it's okay. Why you want to interfere in her intimate relationship for? I'm suddenly sounding silly here. No, Susan. I'm the one who's sounding silly. Some human beings make it sound as if God will look the other way as long as they are doing what they are doing discreetly and hiding. But that if they do the same thing openly, with everyone clear about what is happening, then God will be offended and have to punish them. They make me sound like the IRS. Now, here's the good news, Susan. I'm not offended and I'm not going to punish you if you have someone, whether it is in your home or in their home or a home you create together. However, spontaneously or impermanently. It's not my place to judge and to punish you, Susan. And I will never do that. It's not my place to make you wrong and then to make you pay. Everyone wants to assign me that task, but I will not accept it. It's my job to love you, Susan, plainly and simply, to love you now and forevermore, to love you no matter what. I understand how you could want to live with this man. I understand how you could love him. I understand how you could nevertheless be unsure about whether you want to spend the rest of your life with him. I understand every feeling you have about that. And when understanding comes, condemnation goes. Remember that always. When understanding comes, condemnation goes. Understanding and condemnation are mutually exclusive. I never heard anyone say that before. Well, you are hearing it now, and it's true. But what about marriage? What's the place of marriage in our society today? Marriage is an institution that humans created in a state into which they enter in order, they say, to sanctify their love. Does this mean that love expressed outside of marriage is not sanctified? That's something only you can decide. You are in the process of defining yourself as a person and as a society. You do so with every decision that you make. So think about what your mother says. Think about what your heart says. Think about what your soul says to you about love. But of this one thing be sure, do not make your decision about this or any other thing based on fear. And I know that the thing to be least afraid of is me. Survive to have a friendship with God, not a friendship with God. Think of me as your best friend. I did it thing out of fear. Brave, fearless, and then in the end I have to pay for it. Come to me always as you have here, with your questions, with your concerns, with your hopes and dreams. And I know that I will be with you always, not to judge you or condemn you, but to help you experience the grandest version of the greatest vision you ever had about who you are. I wear crucifix around my neck as a good luck charm. So far it hasn't brought me much luck. Lots of my friends wear them too. It's a sign of my faith. Why isn't it working? Poor thing. Manuel, 14, Manila, the Philippines. Good luck charms do not bring good luck. Intention and pure knowing is what produces positive outcomes in life. Or opportunity. So I wear crucifix around my neck and a good luck charm. So far it hasn't brought me much luck. Lots of my friends wear them too. It's a sign of my faith. Why isn't it to work? It will never work. This is nonsense superstitions. Manuel, 14, Manila, the Philippines. Good luck charms do not bring good luck. Intentions and pure knowing is what produces positive outcomes in life. And I would say opportunity and luck. Opportunity and luck, and not just the intentions or pure intentions, whatever. Pure clarity, that's not true. You do not demonstrate your faith by wearing a crucifix any more than you do so by going to church or to a synagogue or temple every day or every week. You demonstrate your faith by every word that you utter, the usher, by every thought that you hold, by everything that you do. It is your thoughts, words, and actions that create your reality, not something that you wear or carry with you. I invite you to look to see if it has worked to put faith in things. Then I invite you to put faith in yourself. Put faith in the process of life and put faith in God. You and life and God are not at odds with each other. You are all on the same side, all on one team. It goes farther than that. You and life and God are all on the same thing, are all the same thing. You are what life is. Life is what God is. God is what you are. The circle is complete. So have faith in all of that. Don't worry about good luck charms. Life is your good luck charm. To make it work, know that it will work. Say that it will work. Act as if it will work. And do you know what? It will work. Life will work out in the process of life itself. Remember that always. Life works out in the process of life itself. Easier said than done. Even easier said. Tell this to those who have tried and still try and try. And when you say don't try, do. Yeah, they are do. You're not even try. But when the do doesn't become true, become reality, then you are trying. You know what I mean? Will I ever be able to see angels? Abra. Absolutely, Abra. Yeah, you can see Anunnaki's angel. You can see them right now. Just open your eyes and look around. Everyone in your life is an angel. I have sent you nothing but angels. They have come into your life to play their right and perfect parties. Some of them show up in one way, some in another, but all are there for your soul's purpose. That's correct. The animals also are angel for me. Yet you do not even have to leave your house to see an angel. You can see an angel by looking in the mirror. Yes, you are an angel. Are you able to accept that? I invite you to seriously consider this. What would it be like if you thought that you were the angel someone else is waiting for today? I can tell you that it would be like. You would change everyone whose life you touch. They would truly have been touched by an angel. That's correct. That's true. Other than that, the Anunnakis, God, androids can pass up as the angels. How can I do this? What would I have to do? It's not about doing anything in particular. It's about being, when you move into your angel self, you are being, not doing. Correct. What am I being? What do you want, darling? What do you want to be right now? You are being whatever you imagine an angel to be. Perhaps you are being loving. Perhaps you are being compassionate and patient and kind. Perhaps you are being generous and helpful and caring and sensitive and understanding and forgiving and protection and encouraging and guiding. And perhaps you are being willing. Willing? Yes, willing. Willing for what? Willing to do what? Willing to do whatever those states of being bring up for you to do. Willing to allow whatever you are doing to bubble up, to spring forth from those ways of being. I think these beings are really very smart, and he's very smart forward because he's too old already. He's millennium old. Willing not to think about it, not to consider the pros and cons, not to worry about the balance sheet, not to weigh what you are going to get out of it. Yeah, correct. That's very correct. Just give and forget about it. Give and go away. Give it the back, go away. Don't expect anything. Don't stay there on the door, wait for reward. That's true. Willing to just do what will come naturally to do when you are being those things moment to moment. The present moment will tell you what to do when you are a human being. You won't have to think about it. Remember, remember this about the present moment. It is in fact just that, the present moment. It was sent to you and advised by your soul to allow you to express and experience who you really are and who you now choose to be. The present moment is also the present moment. It's the moment when a present is given and received. What gift will you give to another and to yourself in this present moment? That's the only question to ask today. Yet do not think about the answer. Be the answer. Remember this always. Angels never think. Will I ever be able to see angelic angels and not just as the angels? I mean like the angels in heaven. Will I ever be able to see angelic angels and not just as the angels? I mean like the angels in heaven. You have no doubt seen many of them already. Yeah, then next. I have, yes. They would have appeared to you as an ordinary human beings. They've moved in and out of your life, bring you just what you needed, just when you've needed it. You have also no doubt encountered them in your dreams, which is where your soul goes to rest between days of carrying around the body. They have appeared to you in many forms while you are in this state. Will I see them when I go to heaven? At the moment that you leave your body, then it will be all around you, showering you with love. It's the energy that will be the force energy that you feel as you move through your transition. What will that feel like? It will feel warm, soft, welcoming, and safe. Safety will be the main feeling. Total safety and absolute love. Wow! I can't wait. I can't wait. You don't have to wait. The good news is that you never have to wait. Not for the love of angels and not for the love and presence of God. You can feel this anytime that you wish. Why is it that I can die for my country at 18 but I can't enjoy a cold beer or a holiday? Exactly. Good question. Older adults often feel that their offspring belong to them and are to do as they say. Society in general reflects this. We own your body, point of view. Therefore, society believes it has a right to tell its offspring what to do. Correct. That's very correct. They don't want to help, but they want to screw you. Your society feel it has a perfect right to send you into a war that you may not even agree with, but to keep you out of a bar with which you do. Your society has even passed laws forcing you to do one while prohibiting you from doing the other, or face penalties and possible imprisonment. This is a reflection of the primitiveness of your society. No enlightened society would presume, under color of law, to have the right to order your body around in such a manner, regardless of the will of your own person. Correct? They will not run rings around my neck. Not too long ago, society felt that they had the same right regarding females. In some countries, they still do. Yeah, but some So your society has been passed the laws forcing you to do one, while prohibiting you from doing the other, or face penalties and possible imprisonment. This is a reflection of the primitive nature of your society. No enlightened society would presume under color of law to have the right to order your body around in such a manner, regardless of the will of your own person, correct? And this gives regard to anything, even the choice to do or not a medical treatment or operation. Not too long ago, societies felt they had the same right regarding females. In some countries, they still do, correct? Societies in these countries dictate that human can and cannot do, where they can and cannot work, who they can and cannot marry, what they can and cannot wear, right down to the color of the clothes, where they can and cannot go, and what hours of the day or night they may or may not venture there. Some of these repressive societies even deform the bodies of females, forcing them to have portion of their genitalia removed, circumcised. This culture they have started in Africa, the portion that brings female pleasure during intercourse. Because for a female to experience pleasure during intercourse is considered inappropriate. Yeah, this I don't know what to say. This kind of work by the cave mentality society. Yes, your human society have created the laws that are not only unfair but cross the border of sanity. Why? Why do we pass such laws? This question was asked earlier and I did not answer it head on. It's because humans live in fear and guilt. Fear and guilt are the only enemies of a man. When you live in fear and guilt, you are forced to seek total control of your environment and of everyone in it. Power and control are what become important. Other people expressing their free will are seen to varying degrees in varying countries as the threats to the common good. The common good is, of course, defined by those in power, the males usually, and also because they are scared, because they don't want the things that have been built by their ancestors to go down from one day to another because of someone else for facing those rules and laws. So in the end, it's all about egocentrism, chauvinism, and bigotry. What could people in those countries you talked about possibly fear from human that you would make them pass such cruel laws? Self-discovery, self-realization, and power, their own power to decide what they want for themselves. But because these females, they want to have control and being control over this woman, they will try to run ring around their necks. And the worst part is that some of these females actually allow this, and that's why it still perpetuates, because the females doesn't do anything to change it. Even some female advocates it against another. Even some females forcefully cut their own daughters' genitalia in Africa. So you cannot say it's all the males, it's the females also. Okay, it's the females. Those females that are into too much patriarchy, which gives them no room for free thinking and open-mindedness to think in another way and be more lovely and unconditional towards even their own offspring. If humans are allowed to experience who they really are, the men in those countries will no longer be able to control them. Yes, all control, and they are scared that women take control, and they are afraid to lose that control over this woman, because they are so coward, and they cannot go against those who are bigger than they, so they have to control those below them, which they call their subject. Those countries no longer. So why do you think took so long, even your so-called advanced and enlightened countries, to grant human the simple right to vote? It's about control, always about control, and always this control masquerades as something that is needed, something that is for the good of the people. Yet, freedom is the only thing that's decided by the human soul, correct? For that is what the human soul is, and what it always seeks to express. Anything less than the grant of total freedom is not for the good of the people. No, it's the good of the minority. It's about patriarchy. Male chauvinism stink, and a female chauvinistic female stink as well. But for the good of those in power. You are right. I feel that adults are always trying to control us. What's all this about? Why are all these power trips? Most of the human race has not yet learned how to use power. Most of the people do not understand the concept of power with, but only of power over. Remember this always. The purpose of power is not to control but to create. When power is used to control, it creates nothing. That is why individuals who are control freaks have a very hard time in making things happen, and governments that control accomplish even less. Try this in certain, a certain continent here on this planet. You see that some are so conditioned that they're very scared of their so-called leaders, of their, even the lead of the village or the tribe, etc. They like it because they are so conditioned. And as this book itself said in other materials and other articles in other chapters, they talk about what I forgot. So they are so conditioned that they don't allow, they don't even, oh yeah, they talk about where to pay, where to sit, how do I pay, when do I pay, when can I get this, what should I do, they, because they don't want to think. So when they don't want to think, they leave their powerful, they let it go, they release their power, they discard their power, they kind of they renegade their power for others to take care of it, because they are too lazy, they are too complacent to do anything about it and to change their reality. They don't want, because they are too comfortable in their own comfort zone to do anything. Control is the enemy of creation. Control the creation is an oxymoron. Correct, Lucifer. However, that is why individuals who are control freaks have a very hard time. Those people who are controlling others, they are achieving something, and that's exactly the control over the others. And why? Because the others like it, they enjoy it, because like you said before, they have to do anything, they live in the hands of others because they don't want to think. The totally creative person is often said to be totally out of control. It's true. That person couldn't create anything if he or she were not. The totally creative person is often said to be totally out of control. This boy, this gets out of control. This dog, this cat's out of control. Let it be, let it be. That's why I always knew, let it be. I don't care. Let them learn. Fall down, okay. Stand up, learn from the fall. Want to paint the house, the town red, paint, go ahead, learn something from it, but I'm not gonna stop you. I'm like that. So now I'm a Luciferian, who knows, I don't know, but there's certain things that I don't agree within this group. Okay, so I'm not pro-fish, neither I'm pro-meat. True freedom is true power. That's the stage of being in which God resides. It is the state of being in which humans reside as well, but they do not know it. We have now come full circle in this book. With these last two questions we have explored what we discussed at the beginning of this conversation. You are all born with original power. This is simply another term for God. When you reclaim original power, you reclaim God. You reclaim your destiny. Divinity exercises power with, not over the universe. That last sentence, that one single sentence, clears up the most basic misunderstanding humans have about God. Original power is what is. This power forms and supports every law of the universe, including the law of creation. It's the law of life and the law of God. All of the prophets have told you this. Today's modern day prophets say it in their own way. Yet the new way they say it does not change the law, but simply clarifies it, make the amends, correct it. Here is the law. Ultimate power is ultimate freedom, and ultimate freedom is ultimate power. Sharing power does not diminish power, it increases it. Do not think I have come to abolish the law and prophets. I have not come to abolish them, but to fulfill them. Now you know. I have not come here to exercise power over you, but to exercise power with you. There is a world of difference, and you will live in a different world when you understand this. I guess that this also is Jesus, those being called Jesus, which have something to do with Lucifer and Kaya, whatever. One last question about God. If you made eyes, then who made you? Good, Luciano 14, Rome in Lee. Very good kid. That is a wonderful question, Luciano, because it focuses on one of the great mysteries of the universe. Nobody made me, Luciano. I am life itself. Oh my gosh, I am that which is, that which was, and that which always will be. There was never time that I was not. You, Luciano, are the same thing. You always were, are, now and always will be. That is because you and I are one. What I am, you are. What you are, I am. We are the same thing. We are life expressing. We are that which is being. I am the sum total of all of it, and you are the part of it. Now expressing itself as Luciano, yet we are not separate from each other in any way. When you stop expressing yourself as Luciano, that is, when you do the things that you call die, you will continue to live and express yourself as part of me, but in another way, without discrimination. That means you no more will become the Luciano. You are something else. If somebody call you the other side Luciano, you will not answer because you don't see yourself as that anymore, any longer. So all the people there who thinks that the dead feels, eat, sleeps like we here, and that your dead mother and father is the same as they were here, you are totally wrong. Sorry. You cannot not do this, for you are part of who I am, and there is no part of me that can ever end. And so your life will go on, Luciano, forever. You may keep the identity of Luciano after you leave your present body. for as long as you wish, as long as you wish, but doesn't mean that's gonna be just like here, want to be forever. And there come a time when it will diminish, depends on your battery power, your memory, your cellular memory, your spiritual cellular memory. Or it can happen that your memory will be extinguished by laser or whatever, and being processed, and you will become something else. So you're going to totally detach yourself from the person you are, the personality, the Luciano you are right now. So you're gonna keep it as long as you wish, and you will do so for as long as it serves you. You know, when they say serves you, that means comes a time when they say enough, it doesn't serve you to still remain as a Luciana, as Mary, as a David. So do you want to stay in this circle, always this kind of a play? Is it not boring? Isn't it not boring to always play the same script? Do you wanna change it? Do you wanna move on? And so that soul, that spirit will move on, and they will be recycled. Okay, it can take years, depending, because here down there 2 days is about 2 years. Okay, 2 days is 2 years. So maybe 10 days, 10 years, you can decide that you don't want anymore, and within 10 days you part to another game. But you have to detach and burst that memory, remove the self-aware. When it no longer serves you to know yourself as Luciano, see? Am I right? Think I don't know. You will meld into the one I see in a bit of part of me that has no individual identity. So, but who is talking here? This cannot be Jesus or Lucifer. So it's the cosmos, because the Anunnaki cannot be this part. You cannot go and meld and see if this beings. You meld with the cosmos, you see. You're gonna meld with the cosmos. So when you decide, like right now, I feel that my mother has decided, my deceased mother, my sister, I'm not sure, she went about 5 years ago. No, it was 4 years ago, correct. She's moved to another game. Okay, she already detached herself from her identity, and she wanted to forget this identity, and actually she have turned it into something not good for a while, but that too will pass. She will come to terms that she is not even that, not that bad personality that she had been acting with in the past few years that I have met her at the other side. Okay, she have become a very bad cookie, let's say a demon, a demon. But that too will not last forever. And then finally I have prayed for her, and then she finally no more come to disturb me. I have prayed for her, asking her to move on and detach herself from that thing that she's not. So this is what will happen when you no more have news of your loved ones. Be sure that they have detached themselves. They are no more your mom, they are no more your sister, they are no more your daddy, your child, your darling, I don't know, your spouse. Okay, so it's sad, but that's life. Do you meet up the other side? Yeah, but for another consistency. It's not gonna be the same. We're gonna not meet like this, my mother and my father there, or my brothers and sisters, and I go like, oh, let's say his name is Charles, oh, Mary, I have seen you, Charles, mommy, daddy. They'll look at you, they'll just stand there and look at you, and then they will tell you, I'm not your mother and father anymore, I'm not your sister and brother. I'm sorry. I'm not that, not anymore. But can we create together? We make a contract now and create together and let's say reincarnate. Yeah, we do together. But I'm not your mom and daddy. It's over because the script is over. Do you follow? So now a piece of them will wait to decide and ask you, okay, now before I have been your father, so or I been your mother, so now how about I be your daughter? I have been wait for you. A part of me have been wait for you. So I'm gonna wait more little bit of time here until you do what you have to do here, and then unlearn what you have to unlearn, learn what you have to remember, not to learn, but remember what you have to remember, and then we're gonna pass for a new game. So how about if I be your brother now instead of your father? Be your sister or your daughter instead of your mother. It's gonna happen this way. It's gonna be a shock for the new soul. So it's only when you take out this personality, this avatar, you detach yourself from it, that the pain will all go, and you see the remains of your mom and dad and loved ones in general as they truly are, and not as the fantasia that you see them here. Okay, I'm sorry to say that, but that's the reality of life. We cannot keep on fooling ourselves. I wish it wasn't like that. It just hurt me when I think of that. You think it doesn't hurt me? Sometimes I cry, think of that. I feel lost when I put my head on the pillow and I think of that. I cry, at night. But then there's nothing. Something in the back of my head says there's nothing you can do. Accept it. It is how thing is. Unfortunately. Okay, unfortunately. So as I always say, cherish your loved ones here, because it's all a game. But okay, we're going there again. We're going to talk a lot about this in the future. Okay, let me finish this material here for teens. So when it no longer serves you to know yourself as Luciano, you'll meld into the one you see and be the part of that has no individual. See, no individual identity. That means Luciano, my mom, my daughters, my sons will cease to exist, my sisters. This melding into the one is what some humans have termed nirvana. It is the extinction of desire in individual consciousness. Okay? When will this happen? When you are ready. Only you decide. When are you ready? Okay? But if you want to stay yet in the illusion, you will stay even the other side of death. You will stay carrying that carcass, that rotten carcass, that bubble of memory with you. It's painful. It can be draining and painful and suffering. That's why I have prayed for my sisters to move and go in peace, and also for my mom and my brothers, in fact. That does not sound good to me. Won't it always want to have this size and individual consciousness? No, sis, I don't think that is our team saying that. When you are one with everything, you will have no desires, because you are that from which all desires spring. In a sense, desire is not desirable, nor even possible, for you already are that which you would desire. I understand this. I don't know if you understand, but I understand perfectly. Because this being is without need. Okay? Is without need. And the cosmos too is without need. Just desire as I yearning is elimination from your experience. So is want and need. You become both the water and the wanted and the wanted, the wanter and the wanted, the needer and the needed. In this state of total unity, you want and need nothing. See? This is pure bliss. It's the highest heaven. There you are harmony with and become part of the primal vibration, the sound of the core of life. So here you have the sound in Sanskrit, Indian Sanskrit. You also have a name for Jawi. Okay, so I think the Arabic text from here or other way. I don't know. Either way. So distraction, silence you, sustenance you, silence transcendent, a creation. So that's the sound of the My cat used it to hear that sound and she was so scared. She was freaked out by that sound. She didn't like it. So that does not sound good to me. I don't always want to have this. So this is pure bliss. This is pure bliss, is the highest heaven. There you are in harmony with and become part of the primal vibration, the sound of the the core of life. Stimulated by this vibration, you will begin to differentiate once again. You will begin to separate from the all, becoming a specific and individual part of the whole. So they use that system. They use the system of sound. They use sound for everything, and sometimes this sound is very grotesque. I don't blame the cat for scaring it because it can be very grotesque. And when they use the aim is for destruction of that piece of being. Okay, that part of that, I would say, atoms, and then they will disperse it, ask them to move on and recreate again itself anew. So they use all these parts in this sound which is connected within a sound to create and to destroy. It is amazing. So stimulated by this vibration, you will begin to differentiate once again. You will begin to separate from the all, become a specific individual part of the whole. Individual parts will separate. Well, you want to be there because you belong there, but a force doesn't allow us to stay there forever. Do you understand? Even when we come out from this place like purgatory or hell, we go to this place the body which is eyes goes back there, alright, to a place of origin, but we will not stay there forever because there's going to be a propelling force who will propel away eyes away, will expel eyes away from there. Why can't I stay with the all? Why can't I remain in the bliss? The ongoing process of unification and differentiation is the basic process of life itself. It's occurring everywhere in the universe at multi-levels and dimensions. The basic process does not require you to abandon bliss. Indeed, it's bliss itself. You may experience that bliss at any point of time in the process, simply by remembering who you are and what's going on. How can I do that? In many ways: meditation, prayer, making, having sexual relation, smelling a flower, maybe kissing a beautiful, wonderful doggy, or a catty, or a chicken, a bird, whatever, creating any animals, creation music, kissing a baby, adorable chubby baby, drawing a picture, baking a pie, fixing the plumbing, doing anything with joy. Correct, with your heart. Put your heart into your soul instead of you think that is a choice. Living your life to the fullest, walking the three-way path. Have fun, spread joy, share love. This is what I want to know. This is what I want to spread, and not suffering. Suffering is not in my dictionary. Maybe in the dictionary, but not in the dictionary. My dictionary, you understand? I don't want to accept suffering for me, not for everyone. I aim for happiness, see freedom, joy. This is what I want. I want. I am. 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 So I got it. Thanks. Can you help me understand this process a little more? I don't understand completely this one thing. And then, what did you call it? Differentiation. Yeah, differentiation, because the nature, the composition that we are in the whole, in a whole aspect is not the same as individuation. Individuation is separation, is differentiation. It's not what we really are. Okay. So before I start this material here today, I heard I received a message from these beings. It say that you are love, you are pure love, you are boundless, you are limitless, and you are light. So go forth and spread. Means what? That we are all that. You can be that. Don't think negative. Okay, don't think negative. Think about only goodness. See, and try to protect yourself from the harms of the world and the harms of negativity and darkness as well. So what's differentiation? Yes, that's when a part of something becomes different. They separate, they individuate, and it no longer looks like the rest of what is a part of. It's like when you get out of your band uniform, you are still a member of the band, but now you look different. You look more like the individual you than the collective you. When you are in school uniform, you look same, like communism. But once at home, you are yourself, an individual. That you called the band. Think of this non-differentiated part of life as the largest part of all there is. Think of it as the non-individualized pool of energy from which everything that is individual emerges. This pool is what many humans call God. Okay? It's God. It's not just Anunnaki, Percy, or whatever alien God. No, it's all of us. This is what they told me today, the message. Before I start this material today, they passed me this message that we are dead. Okay? We are individuation of the thing, of the I cannot say thing or being. I will say, yeah, the being, the energy we call God. So which everything is created in its differentiated form. Is that from which everything flows? Is that from which everything is created in its differentiated form? Is the stem cell of the universe. The stem cell, the atoms. Why don't say the atoms? The atoms. What is a stem cell? Listen to me. Your only body contains the blueprint of the universe. Everything there is contains. So it contains the blueprint of the universe. Your body chemistry holds the secret to the mechanism of all of life. You've been carrying around the greatest secret of life in your own body and are looking for it everywhere else. Okay? So we carry the secret because they put the secret is there, the atoms. So it's not just in the human body, it's in a tree, it's in a plant that you eat, it's in a fruit, it's in the rocks, it's in the mountains, it's in the earth, it's in the sand that you step on, it's in the grass that you step on, it's in the water. Everything there is in your mind as well. So you have been looking for the secret of life. You've been carrying around the greatest secret of all life in your own body and are looking for it everywhere else. At the basis of everything in your body is what your medical biologists call stem cells. These cells have two godlike qualities, which is optimus. First, they are immortal. Second, they are shape-shifters. Yeah, an atom, it can shape-shift, it can modify itself. What is true? Most living cells divide a finite number of times and then perish. Yeah, because they have to replenish itself. Stem cells, on the other hand, can be cultured to divide indefinitely. In other words, under the right conditions, they can replicate themselves forever. They cannot turn into any other cell type there is. In other words, under the right conditions, they can turn themselves into anything. Yeah, in other words, correct. Are you kidding me? No. Humans have known about stem cells since the late 1800s. They knew then that these cells were, as the old dictionaries put it, unspecialized cells that give rise to different cells. Still, it took your species more than 100 years to discover how to isolate these cells and stimulate them to take the specific form needed to produce specific parts of your body. Is it now possible for your medical science to produce from pure stem cells everything from bones to heart muscle to brain tissue? And you are learning about other mysteries as well. You are learning about cloning and genetic engineering, and you are decoding the genome, analyzing the DNA of human beings and other organisms. Soon you will be able to identify the chromosomal location of every human gene and to determine each gene's precise chemical structure in order to understand its function in health and disease. You are about to unlock the secret of eternal life. Wow! Yes, once again, wow. This conversation has included a lot of whys, and this is the biggest one. We are talking here about the basic process of life itself. What you call God is the undifferentiated pure cell of all of life. It is to the universe what the stem cell is to your body. The secret of God is the mechanism inside your own body, is the mechanism of all of life. From the beginning of time, mystics have said that when you understand yourself, you will understand God. This was meant physically as well as spiritually. You are about to discover this. Oh my God. Exactly. That's exactly right. I could not have put it into better word myself. Oh my God. Is exactly right. Science and spirituality are coming together now, joining paths as inevitably they must. This is a time of excitement, the likes of which your parents and your parents' parents never dreamed. Now you understand more than ever why you came to this book. And not only what you came to this book, but what you came to your body on this planet at this particular moment. Never before in the long life of the human species, never has any moment been so ripe with possibilities, so filled with challenges, so ready for clear and exciting vision. You and the other young people all around you. You, this fellow here who asked the question, the kid there, and the other young people all around you will be living the largest part of your lives in this cosmic moment. The older people among you are approaching it, but you will be moving through it. You will be facing the moral and spiritual implication of all that I have just revealed. You will be deciding what all of this means. Do you think that you came to this time and place by accident? I tell you, you did not. This is the most extraordinary time in human history, and you came here to share the excitement and to create it.